are off to do an airgun, big bore airgun hog hunt this evening, and we're getting geared up, but we thought we'd talk air guns here for a moment. So let's head out to the smoker and let's get these on there and make us some smoked hatch chili peppers. The sport of casting and use of practice casting weights can be traced back to the 1860s. The first bait casting competition took place in 1883. Welcome to A Sportsman's Life. We're so glad you tuned in to join us for another exciting real-world outdoor adventure right here on A Sportsman's Life. Hello everybody, welcome to A Sportsman's Life. Luke Clayton, Jeff Rice here. We are off to do an airgun, big bore airgun hog hunt this evening, and we're getting geared up, but we thought we'd talk air guns here for a moment. Luke is actually the hunting editor for Airgun Hobbyist magazine, so Luke knows a little bit about big bore air guns, and of course Luke and I have been hunting with him for a number of years. Luke got me into them, and heck of a lot of fun. Huh?
Oh yeah, it is. You know, Jeff, there's a lot of questions that I get through the magazine, Airgun Hobbyist. I guess it's the only, definitely the only glossy magazine that's devoted to airgun hunting. Not only big bores like these that we have, but you know, smaller calibers as well. But when you start hunting deer or thinking about hunting deer, there's a lot of questions. And one of them is, how far will it shoot? Will it kill a deer? What caliber? You know, so many questions that have come up. To answer your question, it will kill a deer, it'll kill a hog, it'll kill a Cape buffalo, an air gun. This one here is the Texan. Air Force Air Guns makes this, and I actually tested one of the first 10 of the Texans. That was about the time I got involved with big bore air guns. It's a powerhouse. This one is, it's 500 foot-pounds of energy, folks. Very simple to operate. It charges up, some of them charge to 3,000. This one has a tank on it that will charge up to just a little over 3,600 PSI. This one now, we're about to go hunting, folks, and I've got it, I charged it up to about 3,300, but 3,000 PSI will kill any deer, any hog that you want to hunt. Bullets, they're going to be traveling out of this one about 750 feet per second, give or take.
Right.
And I'm shooting a 220 grain, and so this is a powerhouse. The first production big bore air rifle on the market by Air Force Air Guns. Now Jeff has got an air gun, this Seneca Dragon Claw, a 50 caliber. Now it develops, I think, 230 foot-pounds or maybe 300, not as much as the 500 foot-pounds here, but with that gun I shot a hog with bullets. Cape buffalo have been killed shooting air bolts. It's a 50 caliber and you can shoot air bolts with it.
Right, I've killed a couple hogs already with it as well.
With air bolts, right.
Yeah.
It's like a bolt on a crossbow with a tip with a broadhead. So that's but it is also a bullet gun, which I proved. I shot a hog right over here with that and did a good job. So maybe that'll answer some of your questions. You can always go to catfishradio.org. And I'm not an expert as far as an air gun smith, the intricate workings, I don't savvy it. But I've hunted with them a lot. I've even taken an aoudad with the predecessor to this gun right here.
Right. So
they're good. They're fun to hunt with. Why do you want to spend the money on an air gun? Some people ask that. Well, it's different.
yeah.
Now these guns are going to cost about $1,000. They are a little more now, but you're not going to have to look for bullets. That's for sure. You pressure them up. That's the next topic, Jeff.
I was just going to say, one of the biggest questions is, how do you load them? How do you pressure them up?
Yeah.
And our answer's right here, folks.
This is Nomad, it's called, and these haven't been around forever. These smaller compressors, but I don't even use an air tank anymore, Jeff. I've got a Nomad. This is Jeff's Nomad here. But these guns they're called PCP guns, and they have a Foster valve right here on the side. And you hook a hose from here to there, cut that on, and pressure it up to 3,000 or 3,600, whatever it's set for. You shoot 3,000 in that one, you know? So that's pretty much it. But you're going to need a big bore air gun. That's a Seneca Dragon Claw. This is an Air Force Air Guns Texan. There's others on the market, of course. These are two that I know that I've used a lot. Jeff has used, especially that Dragon Claw a lot.
So Luke, if someone's interested in getting into big bore air guns, is there a one-stop shop place they can go to do that?
It definitely is. Pyramid Air, folks. Right. Pyramyd, pyramidair.com. Well, folks, we parked back up the way and walked in, and I hope you can see the hog. It's pretty good. It looked like a pretty good sized hog. I'm not sure if it's a boar or a sow. We were probably about 40 yards from him. It looked like a pretty good hit. I'm not sure. There's a little bit of brush in the way. I always try to hit him right behind the jaw there, so I don't think that hog went very far, but we'll take a look. I don't know. He did take off at a pretty good gallop. Usually they go straight down when they're hit right behind the jaw.
Was there a couple in there, it looked like?
Three that I saw.
Three? Okay.
Three. And this, honestly, this was a little bit bigger hog than I usually target. I think it's probably a 150-pound hog that I shot.
Looked like a pretty good one in there, yeah.
I'm really not 100% sure of that shot yet. Like I say, they usually go straight down when you hit when I hit them behind the jaw,
aiming,
but
yeah.
he turned and took off. But we'll see. We'll see what.
Well, this is kind of the area where the hogs were, and Luke and I were back up there, straight behind the feeder, almost, and in that little open area, just almost where the top of that shooting stick is, just beyond, I guess, probably what, 35, 40 yards out. No blood right here, but that doesn't mean anything. We're
You
gonna
know,
go.
an interesting thing right here. The last time I hunted here, Larry and I were in a blind back over here, and we have it on film. It's one of our previous shows, folks. Larry shot with his Taurus pistol, shot a hog right here, and we found the hog back over here about 100 yards away. Made a perfect shot on him with that pistol. We didn't find a drop of blood until we got about right on this ridge over here. So
Sure.
we'll look for some blood. There's always, with hogs, you don't, not like so much with deer, sometimes you'll see blood at where you shoot them, where you hit them.
Yep.
Sometimes you won't. I don't see any, and if there were any blood, we should be able to see it on this clay, you know. So
Yeah, especially on a big one like that too. You know, a big one, sometimes they don't bleed right
That's
away.
true.
And he was a pretty good sized hog, it looked
Yeah,
like.
he was pretty good size. Well, we'll go and take a look. I was really through just a little bit of low brush, but this big old heavy bullet that I'm shooting, I think it would have, a leaf, I don't think would have deterred its path. So
Oh, I don't think
let's go
so.
look and see if we can find it.
Absolutely. We're
Yep.
out having a great time, enjoying a walk in the woods. There goes a hog right there. See it?
You see this?
Yeah, running through the
Oh,
woods
take
over
it
there.
back. Oh my gosh.
Wonder if that was him?
Was he moving fast?
Not really. I just saw him off in the distance there as I was talking. I looked, I'm like, there goes a hog.
Well,
Interesting. Well, folks, we're going to go take a look here, see what we can find. I don't know if that was him or not, but he staggered off out that way, so I don't know. All right, we'll be back here in a moment. Well, buddy,
I tell you what, folks, if we look a little bit flustered, a little sweaty,
yeah,
kind of hot down here, and I'm gonna make a statement, Jeff. This is not bragging, because you know most of the hogs I kill are almost point blank range,
yeah,
35 to 50 yards, and I keep track. the last 35 hogs have been like standing still, usually eating corn,
Yeah.
air gun, bow, or whatever. 33 of them have dropped. This one didn't drop.
No.
And I'm thinking a low shot. I don't know. Folks, right over here is where I was when I made the shot, and there was just a little, just a little light leaves in the way, but possibly there might have been a limb that I don't, or I might have just shot low. But you think you saw the hog?
Oh, I know I saw the hog. When we got down here and we started looking for our initial blood, we were talking and kind of filming. You saw here a minute ago where I'm like, there goes a hog. Well, he was going off that direction. And I don't know if I got video. I turned my camera. I don't know if I caught it or not, but he looked like he was gimping a bit, and he was a good sized hog. So my guess is you hit him. And my guess is that was him.
I just sort of missed him clean, but if he was up with that other pack, chances are.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's a hog, a deer, or whatever. My goal and all of our goal is to make a good clean shot and down him. But
Absolutely.
The truth of the matter is, sometimes even if you're picky with your shots, sometimes stuff like that happens.
Well, my recommendation, Luke, is let's get in the buggy, and he headed toward Dad's blind.
Yep.
I think we go up there and drive around.
Okay, it's possible we might catch him. Let's try it anyway. What do you say?
Well, if he's wounded, we might be able to get up on him. So have that gun ready to go.
It's ready to go. Yep.
Folks, we'll be back. We're going to go see if we can. We're going to give it a try. See if we can try to get on that. I'm pretty sure that was him, Luke.
If he was trailing the pack.
Yeah, he was gimping.
Yeah,
he was gimping a bit, and of course, by the time we got down here, we were milling around.
He had a chance.
If he wasn't wounded, he'd have been long gone.
Oh yeah.
And he wasn't. He was. I mean, he.
One question: did you see any hogs in front of him, or is he by him?
By himself.
He probably laid up just a bit, and then
He was laying
we'll
up in
check.
there, and he took off that direction. So let's take a ride. Let's go see if we can't.
Sounds good.
All right, stay tuned.
Brought to you by Dallas Safari Club, Conservation, Education, and Hunter Advocacy. Hornaday, accurate, deadly, dependable. Taurus Firearms, maker of the Raging Hunter. Trigicon, brilliant aiming solutions.
Hey, today we're going to talk a little bit about hatch chili peppers. Typically you'll find the hatch chili peppers sometime in the months of August, early September, and obviously we've picked up 6 very large hatch chili peppers, and one thing of note, they can be mild all the way to very, very hot. So these were mild ones, and so we decided that we're going to pick up a few of these, and we're going to make smoked hatch chilies for future use in recipes. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to split these, cut them lengthwise, open them up. I'm going to clean out all of the seeds, and we're going to proceed to smoke these. Now, how long do you smoke them? It all depends on how you like them. The more you smoke them, the longer you smoke them, they're going to get more dried out, and you might, if you're going to use them for like a recipe where you want to crush them or dice them, you might want to put them on for 4 or 5 hours. If you want them a little bit meatier, then you probably want to go maybe an hour or 2. So it all depends upon how you like them. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut these in half, and we're going to clean them out. We're going to get our Smoke and Tex electric smoker going, and we're going to put these on. So let's get going. Let's get these set to go. We're going to get our Smoke and Tex going, and we're going to make us some hatch chili peppers. Now the nice thing about these is you can freeze these hatch chilies for long periods of time. You can use them in many different dishes, so they're great to have. We're going to get these all done, probably leave some out to use now, and then of course we're going to freeze some for later use. So here we go. Let's get these things cut up and get these on the Smoke and Tex. Alright, just to show you what they look like on the inside, like any pepper, they're going to have a bunch of seeds. And of course we want to get the seeds and the membranes out, clean them all up, and then we're going to put them on the Smoke and Tex electric smoker. And when we put them on, we're going to put it skin side down, and we're going to smoke them. So when you cut them in half like that, what ends up happening is they actually get more smoke in the meaty part of the pepper. So we'll get these cleaned out, get all these cut up and cleaned out. Meet me out at the Smoke and Tex, and we'll get these on the smoker. Okay, there we have it. We have our hatch chili peppers all cleaned out. All the membranes and the seeds have been removed from these 6 chili peppers. They're cut in half, and they are ready to go on the Smoke and Tex electric smoker. So let's head out to the smoker and let's get these on there and make us some smoked hatch chili peppers. Okay, so we are out at the Smoke and Tex. We're going to get this thing fired up and get our hatch chili peppers smoking away. So what we want to do is we want to set our cooking temperature to 200 degrees, and then we're going to load the firebox with hickory nuts. We're going to use hickory nuts today to smoke these hatch chili peppers. All right, it's time to get our peppers into the Smoke and Tex. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull a rack out here, and we're just going to set them on the rack like so. We want the skin side down when we're smoking these peppers. So there we go. We've got our hatch chili peppers on the Smoke and Tex. We've got it fired up to 200 degrees. We're going to slide these in there for several hours. We're going to check them periodically just to kind of see how they're doing. We've loaded the firebox with hickory nuts, so we'll have some hickory flavored smoke. And again, you want to put them skin side down and the meaty side up, and that way you get a little bit more smoke on these peppers. So we'll come back in a few hours, we'll check on them, see how they're doing, so stay tuned. Okay folks, we are exactly 3 hours and 30 minutes into our smoke, and here we have the hatch chili peppers. Yeah, they're looking real good. See, there's a little bit of meatiness to them yet, just a little bit. They're not completely dried out, and that's how we want them. So I'm going to go ahead and remove them at this point. We're going to take them on inside, and then we will get started on prepping them to put into the freezer for future use. So let's get these on in, and we will meet you back inside and go to work on our hatch chili peppers. Look at those. Fantastic. So now that we've had an opportunity to let our hatch chili peppers cool a bit, what we're going to do here is we're going to take our hatch chili peppers, we're going to take one pepper, which is actually 2 pieces, and put it in our vacuum seal bags, and we're going to put these right in the freezer. And when it comes time to make enchiladas, or if you want to put some on a hamburger, whatever, you can pull out a single package which will have a single pepper in it, and you'll be ready to go. So let's get these vacuum sealed up. We'll put them in the freezer, and when the time comes, we will be ready to go with our hatch chili peppers. Alrighty friends, there you have it. It's that simple. We've got 6 hatch chili peppers, all smoked in the Smoke and Tex. We've got them vacuum sealed and ready for the freezer. All I want to do now is label them and toss them in the freezer, and next time we make a dish that requires some chilies, we will pull out a package of these hatch chili peppers, and they will be ready to go with a great smoke flavor. Give this a try.
A Sportsman's Life is also brought to you by Air Force Airguns, AGM Global Vision, H3 Whitetail Solutions, Pyramid Air, Gear the Hunt, and Horizon Smokers.
Good morning, sports fans. This is your fishing tip on A Sportsman's Life. Okay, today I picked out my 4 favorite topwater baits. Let's get it done. This is the Creek Chub Knucklehead. Deadly. We're fishing for freshwater stripers on Lake Texoma. Big fish, big baits. What can you say about the Zara Spook? The saltwater Magnum version speaks for itself. Newer on the scene is the Berkeley Chapo. The competition is called the Whopper Plopper. Crazy action. You don't have to work it hard, just reel it. Easy on fishermen. Fish is deadly. And of course, my favorite all-time topwater plug is the Cotton Cordell Pencil Popper. How do you like that bone color? That's my favorite. Deadly, my go-to bait. A couple years ago they came out with a little brother, the 4-inch pencil popper. But those are my 4 favorite baits for topwater stripers and Lake Texoma. This Bill Carey Striper Express with your fishing tip on a Sportsman's Life. Go catch a fish.
Conservation Today is brought to you by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land. Visit HaydenOutdoors.com to find or sell your farm, ranch, or recreational property.
Buck just walked out. We're here in north central Texas right now, and we're doing a deer survey on this property. We're trying to determine how many deer are living on this ranch, how many deer are passing through, and most importantly, how many deer we need to take off in order to manage the herd. There's tons of ways that we survey deer, from spotlight surveys to game camera surveys, which is a real popular one. It's really changing. It really helps a lot. It's one we utilize. But one of my favorites, and one that I encourage everybody to do, and that is to get out and get in your stands. Whether you're sitting in a box blind. Today I'm sitting in one of the pre-made pop-up blinds. We're elevated 10 foot, and we're over watching a supplemental feed station. And I can watch deer come in and out. I can determine body size, I can determine age, and I can mark them down, and we can document them. So get out there, get in the woods, spend time in your stands, observe your herd. I'm Brandon Houston with H3 Whitetail Solutions.
The sport of casting and use of practice casting weights can be traced back to the 1860s. The first bait casting competition took place in 1883. The sport of casting and use of practice casting weights started in London, England, and spread throughout the European countries and subsequently around the world. It wasn't until the early 1900s that American Tackle Company began making casting weights. These casting plugs were ideal for casting on lawns or casting pools. Many lure manufacturers such as Heddon, Shakespeare, Pfluger, Creek Chub, and South Bend made practice casting plugs. In the early days of casting competitions, most clubs had limited rules regarding the amount of weight the participant could use. Today, the American Casting Association conducts the ACA National Tournament, which includes fly and bait casting competitions for accuracy and distance. The ACA also coordinates casting tournaments held by individual clubs. I thought I would share with you my minnow trap that is filled with casting weights that I've collected over the years. They're a lot of fun to collect, and we use them once in a while.
Folks, thanks so much for joining us. This segment of our show is brought to us by Gearhead Archery, Snaplock Hunting Blinds, Smoking Texas Electric Smokers, TRHP Outdoors, Ultramatic Feeders, and Catfish Pro Catfish Bait and Catfishing Supplies. Make sure and tune in next week. We'll have another exciting show ready to go for you.